This is good evening. This is Elder G. God can woke us up one more time. God can start us on our way. God can clothe us in our right mind. And I hope and pray that all our limbs are working properly. This is Thursday, July 9th, 2026. Last time I talked about socialism, where Social Security, Medicare, food stamps, the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marines, the presidency, the vice president, the House and the Senate, the Supreme Court. Those are all socialist programs where all 50 states got together and they signed a treaty. That's a mechanism to change some of the rules and regulations, but we know what they are. They're written in the Constitution. There's a way that you can amend the Constitution. But you're going to do it within the Constitution, not outside of the Constitution. You're going to do it so it can benefit everybody. No matter what race you is, whether you male or female, whether you Jew or Gentile, whether you bond or free, whether you male or female, whether you circumcised or you uncircumcised, when Christ died, we all was adopted into Abraham's seed. And when Christ died, we became heir to the promise. So now, no matter what race you is, what sex you is, we all are under Christ now. There's one God, there's one faith, and there's one baptism. Now, today, I'm talking about communism. The Republicans try to make like communism is something bad. Have you ever watched the movie Star Trek or Star Trek Deep Space Nine or Voyager? On those ships, everyone eats. Everyone can go to the holodeck. Everyone can get something to drink. And everyone is assigned a job. Just think about half the people in this country don't even work because there is no job for them. Just think about if we could just come together as a team. Just think about if we can just stop fighting each other and all become followers of Christ. Just think about Christ leading 135 or 145 million people. Just think, every day, if each one of those people just gave $1, 135 million people, if just one of those people gave $1 every day, that's $135 million every day. You could be on welfare, food stamp, whatever it is. If you just did that for a month, you gave $1. That's $30 for each day. I mean, $30 for 30 days in a month, $30. Just imagine the power and the things that you'll be able to do to build bomb shelters, to take care of people life insurance and burial insurance. Just think about all the things that you could achieve just giving up $30 a month. There won't be nothing that you can't do. If somebody get in trouble, you can hire them a lawyer. Or someone car break down, you can pay to fix it. Just think about, that's all God is trying to get us to do. He's trying to get us to come together as a team. He told us that there's only one God, there's only one faith, and there's only one baptism. Anybody trying to teach something other than that, they didn't come from God. They came from the devil. Just like capitalism and socialism, communism is an ideal. It's an ideology. Communism is a political and it's an economic ideology. It's that aim to eliminate private property and social classes. Isn't that what the Constitution said? It said that Lady Justice is blind. Lady Justice don't care what race you is, or what language you speak, or where you originate from, your family, whether you a male or female, a Jew or Gentile, or who you love. See, Lady Justice is blind. They don't see color. It don't see classes. It only sees the law. And one hand of that blind Lady Justice is a sword. That's to execute punishment upon wrongdoers against the Constitution of the United States of America. The other hand, she got a scale and a balance. She making sure that she keep everything in balance with the races, with the sexes, with the ideals. Her job is to have no respect for person, and she's supposed to go strictly by the law. That's all. So communism is a political and economic ideology that aims to eliminate private property and social classes. See, separating people. Oh, I'm worth 10 billion. I'm worth 20 billion. Because I'm worth 15,000, I ain't worth nothing. No. Lady Justice don't care how much money you got or how much money you don't have. Lady Justice, why are you worried about my love life? Why are you worried about how I worship? God is not worried about it. God already gave me the freedom to choose which way I want to go. And you definitely can't overrule God. There ain't no way I'm going to let you overrule God. And there's no way I'm going to let you continue to try to overrule and to throw out the Constitution of the United States. I'm just not going to stand back and do and say nothing. Right? So the whole purpose of getting rid of private property and social classes is so that everybody can be treated equally under the law. I may not want to be rich. I may not want to live in a high-rise apartment building. I may not want to be around millions and millions of people. I may not want to go to college. That's my right. And that's my freedom under the Constitution of the United States of America. You stay out of my business and I'll stay out of yours. That's what the Constitution is all about. It's all about live and let live. What you do with your life ain't none of my business. And you better not get up in mine, because my business, what I want you to know, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what I want you to know. If I ain't telling you, that means I don't want you to know. So we want to advocate so we can commune together. We can come together as 50 states and we can work as a team. Instead of fighting against each other, we work together as a team. We're supposed to advocate and commune with each other. See, you want the state, every state is sovereign. And we got a governor that is the sovereign leader of each state. So when the states come together and they take over the food supply, because ain't nobody could grow and sell food cheaper than your state. Because all the people agree in that state that everybody has got to eat. Everybody has got to have something to drink. Everybody need to be able to be buried. Everybody, if they sick, they should be able to go to the doctor. Those are all the things that's guaranteed by God. If I'm sick and I ain't got no money, I may not be able to go to a doctor's office, but I can take myself to the emergency room at the hospital, and they got to see me. They got to see me. If I'm hungry and I'm asking someone with food to give me some food, and they still refuse to give me food, and they claim that they love God and they accept Jesus Christ, and I ask, and these good old godly people don't help me, I'm going to get very angry, because you said that you knew God and you accept Jesus Christ as your Savior. Here's your brother or your sisters right here begging for assistance, and you won't do nothing for them. See, this flesh is going to survive. If I'm hungry, I'm trying to do everything godly by asking someone that have food and money, could you help me? And if you don't help me, this body is not going to let this body starve. I'm telling you right now, I don't care what God you calling up on. If this body is hungry and it have done everything that it could do not to do a crime, but all my brothers and sisters turned their back on me when I'm starving to death, and my body is not going to let my body starve. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm gonna rob and steal, and I may have to kill, but I'm going to try to do everything to get me some food. I did everything properly, but you turned your back on me when I was down and out. You didn't help me. So now I may just be trying to steal a piece of candy, and somebody try to grab me, or somebody pull a gun on me that make me have to fight for my life. Just because I was hungry. No one should go hungry. Man don't make water. He don't make meat. He growing that fake meat now that's gonna kill everybody. God make all the animals, all the fruit, all the vegetables, all the animals, all the air that you breathe, and all the water that you drink. God didn't sell that to nobody. He gave you domain to keep it and to preserve it, but he didn't sell it to you. So let's say there's 135 million people that's not working. Just think how much rest you can get. When you got 135 million people over the workforce that we got right now, there's 135 million people that's available to work right now that don't have a job. Just think if we use the idea that everybody's equal. Anything to do with food, anything to do with water, anything to do with upkeep of your community, everybody can contribute to that. Everybody could work a week or two at a grocery store or at a gas station. Just think about if we came together as a team. Human beings is way more important than money. Do you know back in the day, people didn't have no money? People just exchanged stuff. You went to the corn place and you wanted some meal, so you paid the meal with corn. So the mill will grind your corn for a certain amount of your corn. See what I'm saying? So everything that you do, you can go. When people were raising hogs, you would go in my community. It was John's Rice, and it was like Bill Gale and like Curly Sanders, right? When you knew that their hogs was pregnant, you could go to, say, Bill Gale and tell Bill Gale you want a male or you want a female pig. So when the pig is born, and when the pig get ready to be weaned from the mother, then you can go pick up your pig. Or you can pick up a male and a female pig. Or you can go to Banks and Company and buy little chicks. Buy as many as you want. And just set them free. And they'll just hang out around the house and they'll feed themselves eating worms and bugs and everything. You don't have to. A cow don't need a human being to live. A chicken don't need a human being to survive. A rabbit don't need a human being to survive. Neither do a deer. Neither do any animal, because God made each animal self-contained. That animal and their DNA know exactly what to eat. And then God provided for them the grass and everything that they need to eat, just like he did for us. But the prejudiced people, they took the land and put up no trespassing sign. And they poisoned all the fruits and the vegetables that grew every year. See, this is how it works, see. When we was young and we was poor, see, we didn't have no inside toilet. We had an outside toilet. And then when we went out in the fields and everything, we just used the bathroom, behind a tree or something, right? So, say last night we ate watermelons, right? So, tomorrow we're going to go to the bathroom, right, and do a number 2. And when you eat that watermelon seeds and cantaloupe seeds and apple seed, your body do not digest the seed. It'll take everything it needs from the watermelon, but it leaves the seed because the seed has got a protective coating on it. So the seed remains. So when you go out there behind them bushes and you ate watermelons, see, next year, while you went and used that bathroom, it's going to be watermelons growing there. So everything that you eat that have seed, it goes in the mouth and the body takes what it needs and the rest goes out through the drought. So next year, you're going to see watermelons everywhere and you don't even know how they got there. But if you country, you know how it got there. Because your feces work as a fertilizer. And if you had cantaloupe's going to, if you had grapevines, it's going to grow. But now, the president white man, he taking the seeds out of the fruits and the vegetables. So he taking the seed away from God's control and putting it in his control. They're doing the same thing with the water now. They done contaminated the water, so only the multi-millionaire and billionaire can afford to filter the water, and now they selling God water right back to us when God gave it to us for free. See, your freedom is guaranteed by God and by the Constitution. Everybody is entitled to eat. Everybody is entitled to go out there in the wood and cut down some of God's trees and build themselves a shelter. But those prejudiced people, they want to be dictators and they want to be kings and they want to act like they God. I don't follow them. I follow God's way. God he's a king of kings. And he is Lord of lords. There is no authority more high than God. And God say that there's one God, one faith, and one baptism. People is using God's authority in negative ways and taking advantage of God's people. God called me not to be weak. You don't have to put up with that. We are children of the Most High God. We are not supposed to bow the knee to any man. You don't have to let somebody do you wrong. You don't have to let nobody mistreat you. Don't nobody have more rights than you. Stand up for your rights. Stand up for your freedom. Stand up for the Constitution. Stand up for God and Christ. Thank you.